Hey, this is Christian Jones, CEO of Fireworks and Marketer, and I'm just in my car cruising home from a day of work. And we are headed into April, and it's just got me thinking a lot about my own fireworks business, all the work we've done up to this point, and also all the people we're both serving and talking to about, maybe being able to help for this 2026 season. And just wanted to give a few thoughts as we approach April. If you're a retail fireworks group, what are the things you need to be thinking about now? How am I thinking about this season? So we'll see how long this video goes. Once you get me going and wound up, I tend to not stop, but I'll try and keep it on the shorter side if I can, but no promises. So let's start with people I'm talking to right now that are not customers. There's a lot of folks we're connecting with, having calls with, running into events. And the general vibe, the general idea from most retail fireworks groups that I talk with is that either they've already got their billboards or radio dialed in, or they're thinking about it. And they're not necessarily thinking much about marketing, digital marketing, that is. Not that they're not open to the conversation, but it's like things are starting to get locked in. I've got my radio, I've got my billboards, I've got my community events, I've got my X, Y, and Z. And what I would tell you, like the few conversations I've had just in this last week, from my perspective, there's always low-hanging fruit left on the table for the people I'm talking with related to digital marketing. So I want to flesh that out a little bit. So if you're sitting in the seat right now of I'm getting geared up, my product's either here or it's arriving, or I'm getting my last minute order from the warehouse in, or my containers are still rolling in, wherever you're at, those are the most important and urgent things you need to deal with. What's normally not urgent, but is very important, is your marketing strategy and plan. So are you doing billboards? Are you doing radio? What are you doing with your website? What are you doing with social media? What are you doing with emails or texts? Most people have a set it and forget it strategy related to their website, their presence on Google. How are they going to grow and expand their reach? Most people are like, hey, we've got a website, or I've got an intern, or I've got a niece that's going to do this for me. And I just want to tell you that there's probably more juice you could squeeze, I know there is, out of your digital marketing than what you expect or think. So from my perspective, generally, a seasonal space like retail fireworks, a seasonal space. And there are others: Christmas trees, Christmas lights, pumpkin patches, haunted houses. Digital marketing just gets neglected. It's just an out of sight, out of mind thing. It's like, oh yeah, I need a website, and someone built it 3 years ago, and it's fine, and I don't really know what could be better if I changed anything. But the difference for your revenue this July, 4th of July, this 250 anniversary. And if you're in a city with the World Cup too, you've got Saturday, you've got the 250 anniversary, and you've got the World Cup. The delta on getting better visible to your customers through Google is 5 figures and maybe 6 figures, depending on who you are and where you're located. And it's not just big city people, small city people. If you're anonymous online, small city retail fireworks troops, if you're anonymous online and you just fix that, could easily be, depending on the city you're in and the context and the competition, a high 5-figure to 6-figure revenue payday. So I was just at an event with some current customers at a fireworks demo a few weeks ago, and I'm talking to these people we've worked with now for 3 or 4 years, and one of them has gone from 60K to 200K in revenue in 3 years with us. That's not atypical. I myself, I've got my own retail fireworks stands I run in Kansas City, and I have for a long time. I've seen pretty dramatic growth in the last 3 years for some of my newer locations. One location started at 90K 3 years ago, year one, got to 130. Now we're up to 190 in 3 years. 90 to 190 in 3 years. And there's a lot of competition around us. It's not, in a vacuum. I'm in Kansas City. There's a lot of competition. There's a lot of stands. There's a lot of buildings not far off, a lot of year-round brick and mortars. How do we do that type of growth? how do we see that type of dramatic percentage growth? It's not just our signage and our tent set up and, positioning against, the interstate or road that we're by. It's not that. It's digital. That's what really is driving growth for me, for our customers, for the people we work with. And it really works because this is where people shop. So while you're thinking about radio and you're thinking about billboards and you're thinking about that website you haven't touched in an age and that Google page that hasn't had any work on it in a long time, while you're thinking about that, ask yourself, how do you shop for about everything nowadays? You pull out your phone, you do a search, and you usually work with one of the businesses you find. Fireworks is no different. That's the big secret. It's no different. And yet not many people are leveraging the powerful and effective strategies to make Google like you. You want Google to like you and your fireworks business. It's not rocket science. The concept isn't rocket science. How we do that is what we're good at. And if you were to improve your online presence with Google this year, especially, I think it would make a giant difference to get in front of people on their phones and show up and look like the best option. And so I can't tell you exactly for each of you what that might do to your revenue, but I can tell you that it would be substantial. There are very few people in this industry across this entire country who I have found to be doing a comprehensive, awesome job across everything digital speaking. Everyone's got a little bit they're doing, like maybe a Facebook post here or there, or I posted a video, or I added products to my website. To me, just staying on your website for a second, your website needs to have two jobs. And if it's not doing these jobs, then it's a glorified business card. Job number one, your website needs to get visible to your ideal customer. People that are looking to buy and shop at a stand, a store, buy fireworks, you need to get visible to them with your site and your Google page. Job number two is getting visible with your site, but then driving them to actually buy in person. So your website has to have a job of either starting a conversation or an action. It's called a call to action, a conversion mechanism. And for me, my websites for my own locations, it's, hey, get directions to my business. And yes, I do have some options for them to give me their email, their name, their phone number. That's great too. I'll take that and I can send them follow-up emails or discounts or giveaways or whatever. That's fine. But the biggest thing I want is people to come physically shop. And so I want my website to get found. And then I want my website to drive people to come into my stand or my store or my whatever, right? That's it. That's what you want. It's not more complicated than that. But again, most people are leaving a lot of money on the table because they're just unaware of the power of Google, which is crazy because Google is not only one of the biggest companies in the world, it's actually the most profitable company that's ever existed. And they are the most profitable company that's ever existed because they are good at providing answers to questions. So if I ask Google, who's the best fireworks stand in Kansas City, you're probably going to see one of my locations, maybe two, maybe three of my locations. And the reason is I have convinced Google that I am the answer to that question. What's the best fireworks group in Kansas City? There's others that show up, but I'm always one of them, depending on what part of town you're in. And the difference that has meant to my revenue is dramatic. It's dramatic because this is where people go. And so if you're not currently through your online ecosystem, your digital marketing presence, if you're not currently helping Google understand that you are the answer, your fireworks business is the answer to the question of who's the best group in town. People that don't know where they're going to shop yet, they don't know you, they don't know your competition, they just want to buy fireworks. That shopper, you want to show up for them. Best fireworks X stand store, best fireworks group in Chicago and Dallas and Houston and Washington and wherever, Florida, Orlando. Pick your market, do a search and see if you show up. and see if you show up when you're not right next to your building or your stand. You should always show up if you're directly standing next to your business. It would be like being inside of a Chipotle and searching for restaurant or fast food. Chipotle should show up. You're inside of it. I care more about the searches when you're around town, across the whole metro or city or town. And so if you're not currently showing up consistently with a website that's visible on Google, we can fix that. It's an algorithm. You can tell Google through the signals you send that I am the best option. It's the content, it's the reviews, it's the way it's built. This is SEO. And I got another thing I'm going to talk about the next time I go live about GEO. Some of you haven't even done SEO yet, and I'm going to throw a new one at you. But GEO is ranking on the ChatGPTs of the world, the Gemini, the Claudes, the new LLMs, the large language models that people are starting to use. We'll talk about that next time. But at a minimum, wherever people are searching, whether it's Google or Gemini or Claude or ChatGPT or Facebook, you just want to be visible to them. So step one is get visible. And step two is, what's the next step? How do I start a conversation? How do I get someone into my store? How do I get their information? The goals can be different depending on the client, but your digital marketing strategy has to include those two things. How am I getting found? How am I starting conversations? And if your digital marketing ecosystem and your website right now doesn't do that, let's deal with that in April. Let's let April be the month when you have a little bit of space and time before it gets crazy to put something in place that moves your revenue forward this season. It's totally possible, and it can be for you. I don't care if you're a startup fireworks group. I don't care if you've been in business for 30 years. Google doesn't care either. You can be the top option on Google, whether you have a tiny building or a tiny tent or a tiny stand or the biggest warehouse in the world. Google doesn't evaluate that. They evaluate the digital things, the digital signals in their algorithm that is related to your site, your Google page, your reviews, your online ecosystem, the trust, the authority. All of those things are things we can help do for you. So if you want to make more money this year, if it would be awesome to just make hay while the sun is shining and 2026 is crazy 4th of July season we're about to have, then don't neglect your digital marketing strategy. Don't neglect it. Go to our site, poke around, look at our case studies, get a call with us, look at our reviews. We are here to help. If you want some help with digital marketing for your retail fireworks group, there's a lot of great marketers out there. We're not the only one, but we are the only one serving the retail fireworks space. I am one of you, and I know how to help you. And I would be honored to get a chance to chat with you before things get too busy. So until next time, enjoy the rest of your, is it Wednesday? It's Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday, and we'll reconnect soon. I'll go back live, and we'll talk about AI and email marketing and ads. Facebook ads is a thing this year. Get excited about that. And yeah, look forward to hearing from you guys as a follow-up. Go to our site, grab a call, and subscribe to YouTube so you see me go live next time. I should probably say that. Subscribe to our YouTube page so you can see me when I go live. All right. See ya.